Welcome, and thanks for being part of our first ever State of the City address. My name is Brian Quigley, and I am the mayor of the city of Staten. Our beautiful city, with a population of 8,400, is comprised of 126 acres of neighborhood, community, and open space parks. We have 5 schools, 35 miles of streets, a dog park that is fondly dedicated to our late former mayor, Hank Porter, and many locally owned family businesses. We are a unique, friendly city that is continuing to grow and thrive. I am grateful for the opportunity to be part of the growth and development of this great city. The start of this new year also marks the completion of my first year as mayor. I am excited to share with you some of the progress we've made throughout the year. I'd like to start by acknowledging our city councilors and thanking them for their dedicated and focused work this year. Our city council, serving as our city's representatives, are a diverse group with many different interests and experiences between them. On behalf of myself and the council, I would like to remind everyone that city council meetings are open to the public. We encourage and welcome your attendance on the first and third Mondays of each month. I'd also like to acknowledge the work of our city staff. Under the leadership of Julia Hyduk, our city manager, the department directors and their teams work to responsibly maintain and develop all aspects of our city. Our boards and commissions are comprised of volunteers who give their time to enhance the city as a whole. In their roles, they serve as advisors to the council by helping to communicate the needs and desires of the community. With the exception of the Public Arts Commission that is just beginning to reassemble, our boards and commissions are fully staffed. It is really incredible to see such a strong showing from our community. If you're interested in being part of one of these teams, watch the city's website for vacancies. There are several terms coming up in December. We are thrilled when we are able to work with our community partners on projects within the city. Partners like these help to create a thriving, interactive community by bringing people together and providing services and education. This is just a short list of the partners we have the pleasure of working closely with on a regular basis. In March of last year, the City Council and City Staff Management teams worked together in a goal-setting session. Our aim was to build a shared understanding of the current environment, develop a cohesive team, and identify clear and tangible goals for the city that aligned with our available resources. It was a productive and efficient session, and with our goals aligned, we moved into our improvement planning session. We started this portion by acknowledging the accomplishments made by the previous teams during the 2021-2023 period. I would like to acknowledge our past leadership for their great work and thank them for paving the way for us to continue to build upon their achievements. Our goals for these planning sessions were centered around the areas that make up our great city. These are areas that we want to see continuous improvement and development. We also identified focus areas that we felt were important and needed to be considered at the forefront of all of our goal-setting discussions. These areas of focus help to ensure that the goals we establish and our means of achieving them will serve as a benefit to the community. A copy of the complete outline of objectives and intended timelines established at our goal-setting session is available on our website. One of the most critical, costly, and most expansive goal areas is our city's infrastructure, and for good reason. This is an area that we have focused a large amount of time and energy to ensure we are appropriately supporting our city's infrastructure. We developed a 5-year capital improvement plan that started with a utility rate study and analysis for water, sewer, stormwater, and streets. A facilities study was completed, and we are working to incorporate budget allocations for the coming fiscal year so we can take action on some of the important facility improvements that were identified through the study. Phase 1 of the Ida Street Sanitary Sewer Upsizing Project was completed using $500,000 of ARPA grant money. We upgraded the size of the water main to increase flow capacity and added 2 new fire hydrants on Douglas Avenue. The Wyatt Avenue Improvement Project provided cold plain pavement removal, installation of asphalt concrete pavement, and added 6 ADA sidewalk ramps to the area. These are just some of the very important projects that our Public Works Department has worked on this past year. These improvement projects are costly, and I am pleased that we're showing our fiscal responsibility by actively applying for grant funding whenever possible. Of the $18 million in expected project cost, We have submitted applications for grants to cover $14.5 million of those costs. Additionally, we received $921,222 in ARPA funds, which have been allocated to stormwater and wastewater improvements. Our city staff continues to look for new funding opportunities to ensure we can continue to make improvements without a huge financial impact to the city. Our housing goals make sure that we are staying ahead of the city's needs and are able to stay in control of our growth. We hired Jennifer Siciliano as our Community and Economic Development Director. In her role, her responsibilities include long-range planning for the future of the city, responsible land use, and staying ahead of state laws related to housing and density. Jennifer will be conducting research on our city's housing needs and will prioritize recommendations for improvements. She will also evaluate and update policies, procedures, and standards for annexations to ensure the growth we experience is reflective of our community values. You may have noticed, we also have 2 new apartment complexes within the city. This is the first new growth of its kind in 20 years. Our city would not be what it is without the engagement of our community partners. We are always looking for new ways to connect with the citizens of our community, and we welcome every opportunity to learn about community needs. In the fall of 2023, we brought on a community engagement coordinator. Christian has been an active participant in many of the events and meetings taking place within our community. Over the last several months, he's begun to familiarize himself with RDS, the Chamber, North Santiam School District, and many more of our community partners. He has helped to work closely with Foothills Church and their volunteers for the largest ever leaf cleanup, and has helped to advertise the very successful Friends of the Library book sale. Christian has engaged with the community directly, but also behind the scenes via social media with an increased city presence through our Instagram and Facebook accounts. Community surveys and several discussion areas have been distributed in an attempt to hear direct feedback from our local community. We are very proud to have participated in such events as Summerfest, Trick or Treat Downtown, and the Cover Bridge Community Dinner. While we are talking about community events, can we just take a moment to acknowledge the exceptional work our team at the library has accomplished this year? Our community was brought together with experiences like the Teddy Bear Tea Party, the Haunted Library, and the Winter Lights and Lantern event. State and library staff is focused on intergenerational programming and continuing to re-envision available spaces for larger program opportunities. They are dedicated to fostering a deep love of reading through programs like Read Across Dayton, the summer reading featuring a Big Rig Roundup, and the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, as well as outreach story times. Great work to the library staff. The library is not alone in their proactive approach to being enthusiastically present in the community. Our police department is also an essential part of the engagement happening here in Stayton. Not only have they earned the distinction of being one of the only, if not the only, fully staffed department in the area, but they are also very focused on being trusted partners within our community. Events like Coffee with a Cop create casual opportunities for our citizens to have engaging conversations with our officers. Stayton PD displays their support of youth through programs like Shop with a Cop, Hope for the Holidays, and Kinderfest. Thank you, Stayton Police Department, for your dedication to building a strong, supported community. If you ventured onto our website in the past few months, you're sure to have noticed the refreshed look and increased content. The new site includes the introduction of online forms and payments for some of our business customers for things like payment of the residential rental fee, the occupancy tax, and submission of OLCC documents. We have also added content that focuses on keeping the public informed on the progress of our capital improvement projects. Improvements and additions will be continuous, so be sure to stay up to date by frequently visiting the site. The State and City Council has allocated money from the general fund to the Community Improvement Grant Program. Through this grant, residents, business owners, and nonprofit operators are able to apply for funding to complete improvement projects of their choosing within the city. The application window is closing on March 29th, so please visit our website to submit your application soon. Council is very excited to see the types of projects that will be presented. The grant decisions will be announced at the April 15th Council meeting. To bring more emphasis to our city's economic development, we rebranded the Development Director position, changing the position title to Community and Economic Development Director. With this new focus, we plan to enhance our support of a prosperous living and working environment. In support of our economic development goals, we have rezoned several properties to meet the needs of the city and its business. We have hired a code enforcement officer to ensure code compliance and have supported the development of the Santiam Industrial Center, bringing more businesses and job opportunities to Stayton. Our city staff is working to revitalize the Public Art Commission, and if you're interested in the beautification of our city through art, please submit an application for this commission. Stayton councilors and staff aim to conduct ourselves in a way that will effectively meet the needs of our community while remaining compliant with state laws. In response to the adoption of ORS 195.530, in July, we created the Homeless Task Force. This task force was comprised of a vocal, dedicated group of citizens and representatives who, through open discussion, were able to identify a location within the city where camping would be permitted, keeping Stayton in compliance with the new code requirements. I want to express my sincere appreciation for the involvement of the community members who were part of this task force. Your collaboration helped to ensure the health and safety of our community as we planned our response to the new state requirement. We have actively engaged with the League of Oregon Cities in a partnership to aid in lobbying and information sharing. This relationship will help to express our interest to state lawmakers and provide us with the information we need to keep planning our growth and development. This year, as part of our relationship building plan, we redeveloped our council liaison appointments. We are thrilled to have the opportunity to be part of these groups and welcome the opportunity to continue to build these relationships with our community partners and boards and commissions. Some examples of the appointments are, on the Planning Commission, Councilor Sims, Parks and Recreation Board, Councilor McDonald, Library Board, Councilor Ort, School Board, Councilor Patty, and the Chamber Board, Councilor Giglio. 2023 has been a formative and productive year for the City of Stayton. The progress we made will serve as a great platform as we move into 2024. We are looking forward to increased community involvement this year, starting with the If I Were Mayor contest and Community Improvement Grant, both concluding in March. Our police department will be rolling out their Safety Town event, which is a week-long camp to promote safe practices for children in our community. We will be utilizing ARPA grant funds to develop a winter lights display at the library, a space that, once developed, will be used for many other exciting activities. The use of ARPA funding for the Riverfront Park parking lot improvements and a kayak landing are also planned for this year. Our Mill Creek Park project will begin, and we will be completing the Ida Street sanitary sewer upsizing project. There's a lot to look forward to. I am very appreciative of the efforts of our City Council, City staff, volunteers, community partners, and residents this past year, and I am looking forward to the opportunities that the upcoming year will bring. Thank you for being part of what makes this city a great place to live and work.